All right, my dear friends and loved ones, we have our reading for this upcoming eclipse, new moon, 10 degrees Cancer. First card that pops out, the Eight of Coins. Here we have somebody working diligently. They've got their tools out. So here's the Earth. So what we want to do is look to the opposite, or the squares. What's happening to this eclipse? Well, across the heavens, we have Saturn conjunct the South Node. There's a double karma whammy. Traditions of old meeting Pluto, chopping them down. That's the energy that's going to get heightened as we get closer to the Pluto Saturn conjunction 6 months from now. So it's like things are going to pop up in our lives that need to be addressed in this time period. So what we want to do in Cancer season is not be too hard on ourselves, because that Saturn energy can be very depressing, pulling us down. South Node, our past karma, keeping us back in chains. Capricorn, the sign for him in the cards is Satan, the devil, Diablo. This is in wintertime where it's cold and dark. The opposite of the sun. In Cancer season, summertime, where the sun's at its highest at the summer solstice as we start Cancer. Ruled by the moon. There we have the moon and the sun coming together, which we're here to do. So our moon is going to get affected, our emotional realm, and we have to look to the other side to ground it. Saturn's helping us to ground it. Saturn's making a nice sextile to Neptune to help us to bring our dreams into reality by asking us to have faith in ourselves, our fellow man, and the universe, God. And this is a time where we need to get to work on those things that perhaps we've been putting off. We'll do that later. Later never comes. But we could use this eclipse, this energy, this great shift to cut all that shift out of your life. Don't be full. Be full of shift right now. This is a time where it's good to be full of shift and to build. I've been studying Saint Joseph. This is very much like Saint Joseph working in his woodshed. Joseph comes from Set, which is Saturn, Father Time. Saturn, whose son is Zeus, Jesus. Saint Joseph, my friends, is an allegory of Saturn, the architect, the grand architect, who's Saturn. In Earth is Capricorn. You know what? Saturn's, it's the Lord of the Rings. It's got the Sith. It's in charge of death. You'll never get what. Guess what? Saint Joseph is the Satan patron saint of death. Not a coincidence. You'll see him with a square, just like the square and the compass from the Masons. Who Saturn is very important to the Masons. So let us tap into our own Saturn energy, which is building from the heart. Right now, Cancer season. Cancer protects the heart. She's the crab, the ribs that protect the heart of Leo, of Lion season. Now we have Mars and Mercury charging into Leo right now. Mars is getting out of Cancer where it doesn't like to be, but where it needs to go sometimes for that warrior to get healed. So we still have the sun in Cancer, but we're starting to get our feet out onto the battlefield again. But be careful not to go forward crazily. Look before you leap. Think before you talk. The Mercury Mars conjunction, that is heated arguments. So we get a chance to use our gentle, Cancerian, nurturing, emotionally sensitive sun to give us more of that energy to look before we leap. Woo! Go out. Check out about Aries, Taurus. This goes for everybody. If you want more detailed reading, I invite you to book one with me. Go through the time of your birth, exactly how this will affect you. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. I'm just going to pick these three that spoke to me. Ooh, interesting. In our recent past, the Two of Swords, us having to look and make a decision. How do we best make the decision? And it could be a hard one. It's what is most in your authentic heart. Mercury in Leo. Mercury, our decision-making kind of process. Saturn helping us to make the best decisions. Jupiter oftentimes leads us to make bad decisions. There's a good and a bad to all these planets. That's why they say Osiris was chopped up into 14 parts and spread out. I think that's because 7 is the heavenly luminaries from the moon to the sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. 5, the sun, the moon. 7. Each one has a good side, each one has a bad side. That's how it goes in from 7 to 14. I'm like, why is it 14? And we bring them up through the middle path, bringing the Cancerian, nurturing, protective self together. It's this Cancer's the Mother Mary, nurturing baby Jesus. Opposite the way is Joseph in the frickin' workhouse, putting in work. We want to find that perfect balance right now to give birth to the baby Jesus in our life. All 8 pounds, 6 ounces of him. Who breaks this down? The symbolisms all throughout it. The Hermit card is asking us to even look forward to Virgo season, which comes after Leo season. So don't worry so much about, is it perfect? Don't be that over-analyzing Virgo. There's a time for that. But now isn't. Now is the time for inspiration and for just getting it out there. The Leo stage. Putting it on the stage. Mercury and Mars. Being courageous to take the stage. Mercury about to go retrograde. Awesome. This is going to give us a little bit of that energy to be a little bit Mercurian minded and rethinking, not overthinking, just re-editing, but then putting it out there. Virgo, sometimes they're so critical of everyone and then themselves, because that goes hand in hand, that I had this Mars in Virgo. I got really good at editing other people's creative stories. I went to school for creative writing for some classes. I got so good at editing other people's that I couldn't even write one word down on a paper. Because I Mars Virgo'd the shift out of myself. I still get out with putting. I get the gibbers. What's it called? It's the shakes. I might be drinking too much the night before. No. The shake. What's it called? It's got a word for it. And it's a total mental nervous disorder. So we really got to take that time to get centered into Earth right now. And go to the beach. Feel the sand in between your toes, and then thank the air and feel that breeze go against your skin right when you step out of the water. And then feel that heat, that fire from the sun. There you are, right there, bringing all the four elements, the male and the feminine, together into one. Breathe that in, release it, breathe it in through your bottom spine, bring it up. You're going through the whole color spectrum from infrared to red to orange to yellow to green at the heart, where the center, and then you exude it out to blue, to a dark indigo blue, to purple, to violet, to ultraviolet out your crown. My tarot readings are the best. Am I going to find true love this week? You want to find true love? Love yourself. And don't even look for it. Work on yourself. And the universe will bring it, will meet you on that level. Oftentimes we're not ready to meet that one. And P.S. You have a zillion. Every person you meet, every person in your life is your twin flame. All right. Ooh, I'm firing that Mercury in Leo. We have the Ace of Swords to remind us to cut off those chains. Oh, that's what I was about to say about the Capricorn card, El Diablo. They have the chains, and they could take the chains off very easily. And then you can look at it, it looks like they're being changed, but all they got to do is turn around, and then now they've got the chains on the devil. So what we want to do, we want to take that sword, we want to slay that beast of the red chakra that's only about survival, and it can't progress because of fear of what if this fails. You turn around and you chop the chain off, and then you pick it up, and then you got your devil chained, and then you can actually become friends with the devil. Sometimes you gotta become the devil. The devil is the adversary against you, the prosecutor at court, the Holy Spirit, the paraclete, the one who's with you to defend you in the heavenly courts. The lesson of Saturn, Satan, is that when you have your Saturn return at 28.5 to 32, that you realize that that mean nun was actually the one who loved you the most and knew what you needed. Because if you get something that you didn't work for and you don't deserve, you're not going to appreciate it, and it's probably going to wind up hurting you or somebody else. That's why Saturn's the grand architect of this world and the father of time. Rhea, his consort. Area, space. There's time and space. Together, they have matter. That's us. We matter, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. The Hermit, that's going to add some like Virgo Earth energy to this reading, so perhaps asking us to get into nature barefooted. It's got a picture of St. Francis. You can see that well. So we have a lot of... There it is. Capricorn is like... That's an earth sign. Usually Capricorns aren't like the most hippie-ish. Because they're like... Concrete is like Capricorn. Architecture. Like... Virgo is like wood. Taurus is grass. Okay. Last card. The Wheel of Fortune. Goes round and round and round. The Wheel of Fortune. That's great. Jupiter's and at home in Sagittarius. You can see it right now in the night sky. It's the brightest. It's right near fixed star Antares right now, which is my moon. And be open. Well, thankfulness, gratitude, attitude of gratitude. And then you'll realize you have so much to be thankful for. And then you'll get more stuff to be thankful for because the universe will meet that vibration. Yes, we're on the wheel, and that's good. The wheel is going to hit us in our head if we don't keep on learn. If we don't learn that mistake and move to another ring on the ladder. So with the South Node Saturn, it's like, all right, let's make the change, because when this wheel comes by in 2020, if you're still on this rung, you're going to get knocked off. So you better level up, world, earth, raise the vibration of you, and as we raise our vibration, we raise the earth's, and we tap into the earth to help us raise our vibration together. Gaia, it's alive. All right.